Hey everyone, welcome back to Shopping Street by Lego Icons. This is set number 11371. Contains over 3,400 pieces, and this set was provided by the Lego Group for the review. Thank you, Lego. And yeah, so we completed bags 1 and 2 in the first installment, and this is pretty much what we did here. It's just one minifigure and all the tiling. Didn't that look fun? And so far I'm pretty pleased with the set. It's not boring, it's not dry. It's easy right now. Lots of work, but it's easy. And score still at a 10, which is really good. So in this installment, I'm going to be focusing on bags 3 and 4. That's all I'm doing. Because this is a bedside build. And today is the 19th of October. No. Today is the 19th of November 2025. I don't know, I'm getting my dates mixed up, but this is essentially what we're working on today. So I'm going to be focusing on that. And the bags are, paper, and I got a brick separator and all sorts of stuff. And yeah, not too bad at all. Alright, we're going to go ahead and let's proceed on with bag 3. And let's see what we have in here. Uh-oh, I see small bags. Ooh, I see parts already. 1x8 bricks in sand green. Why are these important? We'll get into that. We'll get into that here in a second. There's only been one other set, I believe, that had those. And if you've been a long-time Lego fan, you know exactly what I'm after now. But we'll get into that here in a second. Okay, so we got some small pieces here. We'll go through these. Yeah, the brick separator does come with the set, so everything here is pretty much self-contained. This is a self-contained build, so it should fit nicely in a Lego city. Alright, so we're going to be doing this minifigure here first. Now, let's start getting him together. Now, why is those 1x8 sand greens important? If you have been wanting to build the green grocer, that was one of the pieces that were almost impossible to find. So now, oh, no need to be sad. We got to make you happy, Mr. Manager. I think that's who he is. Because now we got the missing part to make the green grocer. I'd like to piece that set together eventually, but that was one of the sets that I wanted to get back in the day. Except, well, I had college tuition and, books and stuff. I could not get sets that fast. And, of course, grad school is always expensive, so yeah. And we do not want to think about school right now because, well, I got to do this first. And of course, that's who he is. Not too bad at all. And he's holding a 5 coin, some kind of Lego money. So I put him over there. And yeah, well. So now let's get into that. So if you're looking, I don't know how much the set has here. Let's set these over here right now. Why? Because I have almost every size of this color except this piece. So now, you know what I'll be hitting at Pick-a-Brick when they come out. I will be hoarding those up. Why? Well, I need good building blocks to build houses, and that would be a good color to start with. Okay, let me drop this down here for you. Yeah, it's a bedside build tonight, so let's get going on this here. Yeah, I've been kind of relaxing. I had bacon for dinner. Who doesn't like bacon sandwiches? Those are always yummy with tomatoes and lettuce and all that stuff. So man, I am stuffed. But now I have one more job I got to do at work tomorrow, which I'll be there for probably 4 to 6 hours. I should be home by 3 or so. And then vacation time begins. That means that I'm not going to be well, that doesn't fit there, obviously. I'm not going to focus my whole free time off doing Lego reviews. I'm still debating if I want to do a tutorial or not tonight before I go to bed. I got it done. It's sitting on, well, it's sitting over here by me. And I really, really, really want to get into it. So, yeah. I got a question asked today. Jay, I don't know if I could do mocks. I'm not good. Do you think I would be good if I started building mocks, or, it's all in imagination. Okay, but here's the deal. I always get this question. If you enjoy putting stuff together that's in Lego, who cares if you're good or not? It's all about the enjoyment of the hobby. If you enjoy putting little pieces together and putting minifigures and decorate your build, who cares what people think? As long as you enjoy it, that's all that matters. Okay. Remember, on this channel, we don't diss people's work or anything, except if it's this, but the whole goal about it is, this is supposed to be like a positive type channel. Never, ever, 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 ever think your builds are not that great, because, well, we all start somewhere. So if you're just getting into this hobby, either just for fun, that kind of thing, don't worry. And whoa, I made a boo-boo. See, I make tons of these. This is not supposed to be in here. All right, so be careful. Watch your sizes. All right. And I'm getting a raspy throat again. That's not good. I've been kind of just fatigued out from work and stuff, so I can't wait to slow it down a little bit. Slow it down, enjoy the holidays, and really not do a whole lot. Okay, now it looks like we're doing another section of the wall here, something similar to that. I will try to have these as indexed as best I can. I'm not going to make any guarantees, but yeah, so somebody like myself, when I was real little, I built stuff with multicolored parts. I didn't have all these pieces, My parents didn't have a lot of money, so I didn't have all the latest and greatest Lego sets. A lot of my Lego was used when I was a kid. I wish I can get my childhood Lego back, but I can't. But the imagination still works. After all these years, I still like to put this stuff together and just sit back and enjoy it. That's the beauty about Lego. It's something that you don't need a screen, well, unless you're using a building guide, but I don't count that as screen time, because your main focus is building this, not the screen, but just to explore your mind. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong at all. So my plans, we're going to be doing a little bit of a trip, something fun over the winter, probably in a few weeks after Thanksgiving, hopefully before Christmas. And yeah, that's kind of what my goals are. I needed that piece, but I didn't have it at the time. Alright, I am missing a corner plate. Where did that go? Uh-oh, you know what that means? We're going to have to sort the parts. Oh no, I found it. Yeah, a cluttered workbench is a busy workbench. And then this goes right in here. Oh, wait a minute. No, hold on. That goes like that. Oh yeah. These are not to be considered as professional tutorials, how-tos, walkthroughs. This is just merely my notes for the review. Do not construe these as such. I make tons of mistakes, so watch the whole build installment before leaving any nasty comments. Okay, we don't put this here. I skipped a step. This goes here. And yeah, I mean, sets like this are always enjoyable. I was like putting things like this together when I was a kid. When I was a kid, though, the largest set that ever was made only had like a few hundred pieces. Now Lego's kind of gotten more on steroids and just kind of makes these big, massive sets. But, you know, as an adult, putting stuff together is fun. You know, I mean, when I was a kid, my parents didn't have all the money in the world to buy me every Lego set that I've always wanted. Oh, and don't forget the 1x1 down here. It doesn't show it in the book, but it goes right here. I'll show you. And how I know that is, not only that the call out here, but see right there? It's right in there. You can't. So I'm glad now I saw that. I was paying attention. Yeah, so don't everybody get discouraged on sets like this. I always get some comments from you guys and gals. Jay, these sets are big. How do you do these? How do you survive? Take your time. Just slow down, enjoy the build, that kind of thing. Okay. Now we got to install this here, and I'll be editing this video out like crazy because I'm clearing my throat today. So it looks like it goes right in between here, and it sits, but it's not sitting correctly. Alright, the corner's right there, but it's not quite fitting there. Uh-oh. Yeah, something's wrong here. It won't fit in there. Alright, let me make sure here. Oh, you know why? I made another mistake. You don't put that in there. And there goes that scratchy throat again. It's two rounded plates that go in there. I didn't see those. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's a rounded brick. Let me make sure again. Well, then I'm going to have to dig for it because I don't see one in here. I see the square ones. Oh, there it is. Right there. Silly me. Alright. See? Sometimes Lego will tattle on itself, and you just have to get it to fit in there, but there we go. That's what we need there. Finishes that up really nice. And yeah, having that scratchy cough again is not fun. Yeah, so I'm going to have a lot of fun editing all the scratchy coughs and stuff out of the video. Hey, at least I'm not lying to you folks. At least I tell you that, you know, I have asthma, you know, that kind of thing. Alright, we need to find some rounded 1x2 bricks. And they're brown too. At least we're not working with just white here, but now we're getting to the point of we're literally mining for parts. But, you know, the further we go, the faster we'll go there. And that goes right there. And, yeah, got that corner done. That wasn't too bad. Just a lot of hunting for parts. Alright, now looks like we're turning our attention here to the front step. Hey, at least I get to share my experiences with you guys and gals. I mentioned this in a few other installments on various videos that, you know, that I can show you how to put stuff together, point out the good, bad, and ugly of a set, and just kind of sit here and chat with you. I know there's some that don't like that, but, you know, hey. Hey, at least I warn you. You know, I may be ranting today. I don't have anything to rant about. But yeah, I'm kind of getting spoiled by that network tuner I put in the house. I got it in there more. I've still got to build a rack for the network gear and stuff, but I'll just have to put my carpentry skills into that. can't show you a picture right now of what I've been working on because, well, I don't have it done yet. I wish they'd make a tile like this. Someday they probably will. Alright, and then this goes right in here. Well, obviously it fits because it fit all the way in. Well, I could just walk right up in here and you just imagine hearing the running water trickling. It'd be really cool. Really cool. But I did get a comment though. Some of you have mentioned that you wish you can get sets like this, but they're pricey, and I'm not going to lie, they are. Oh, we got to be careful. There's a tile that just sits in here. Okay, I see. If you just set this in here, there's nothing attaching this. Just slide that in there. Okay, my bad, the battery died. So let's just keep going here. So remember I put that loose tile that was in here. I'll pull this off and show you again. That tile just fits in there loose. You sit this in here and it fills that in underneath. So that's probably why that's there. I'm really surprised they don't make a plate that fits in there. So we managed to survive that. And we got to find another round brick or plate, but this one's white. It just kind of fits in there really nice. We could take some of these building ideas and use them from our own creations, huh? Yeah, so this battery in here is dead, so you know what I'll be doing tonight? I'll have to charge that up. Why do I run it off a battery? Just to use my battery in this thing. Well, it goes like that, so it goes with this way. Yeah, but I'm always glad that I get to share my experiences with you guys and gals. You know, especially for those who hate the conversation stuff. But you know, it's either that or I just sit here and speed build, and that wouldn't be fun. You're not going to be able to take away anything out of that. I still get those comments. You know, you need to start building these faster. Well, I always tell them politely to go find another channel because we don't do that here. You know, I mean, this is a hobby. We got to enjoy this. Yes, my arm will get in the way too, but hey. So I'm having a feeling there's going to be stairs here. Looks like that's going to be used to attach our railing. So I'm just working clockwise around the parameter here. So when you get sets this big, and I do recommend a lot of this stuff, take your time, take a lot of breaks, do a bag a day. No one's going to judge you if you take your time. When I was little, I couldn't put sets like this together. It was just unheard of. Now, as an adult, I still struggle through this. It's also good for good hand and eye coordination, too. That kind of thing. So, let's see here. We got to make two of these little columns. Probably surprised they don't have any of those squashed bricks in there. That goes right next to these right here. And there's some 1x1 bricks. Yeah, so what am I going to do? I can't wait to get some time off. I cannot wait. Another question that creeped up on my channel. Well, let me take a break here real quick. Hold up, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. So now it looks like we're building up the walls here. And I got a question, and I've mentioned this in a few other videos. You know, do I have kids that play with this stuff, you know? No, I don't, sadly. I don't have children of my own. Not going to get into the whole details of it, but I just don't, you know. Sadly, I don't. If I did, yes, my kids would be playing with this stuff. Why? Well, it's Lego. I mean, honestly, if I had kids, we would be fighting over the parts more than anything, like a bunch of kids. But I'd be like, I'm the dad, I take the good stuff. Okay, it's that black. I thought maybe it was a gray piece or something, but no, this black piece goes there like that. All right, let's see here. Let me kind of get that more there. So, yeah, if I had children, I would just say, hey, let's go in the Lego room and build stuff, you know. I know some of my friends, they keep their Lego rooms locked. They don't want the kids in there, and I could use this in Santa Green. It's a nice part to have. But for me personally, I would not keep my kids. I mean, it'd be some that my kids I would be able to connect with. And I remember I used to get those comments on YouTube a long time ago. Jay, your kids must be lucky. They get to play with all this stuff. I wish I had kids. They would be. I'd be playing along with them instead of doing this by myself solo. But no, that's what I would have been doing. Of course, after work and chores. But, you know. So we got to put these in here. So we're getting ready to put some facade on the front here. So that's what we're doing. Okay, and then now we got to put some more bricks together. I am going to order these. Imagine me having kids, though. Oh yeah, I'd be taking those bricks away from, like, give me that. Well, Dad, why are you doing that for? I wanted that. Well, sorry, I got to take that part. I don't know, really. Wow, Lego, we're not using small parts for this. But, yeah, these are nice, too, for the garage or profile bricks. So those will always come in handy. But, you know, I don't have children, but at least I can share my stories with you guys and gals. At least we can build together and have a little fun on the way, you know, kind of just mess around with this stuff. Put these right in here. And we got one more to put back over there in that corner. We should have put those on beforehand, but we didn't. And a couple of 1x1 plates. Hey, at least now we're building it up. Remember how long it took me just to do the base here? Yeah. Okay, looks like we're building something there. I don't know what it is, so we better get on it here real quick. Looks like it'd be a part of a cabinet or something. We don't know what that is. Yeah, the holidays are coming around. It's going to be kind of difficult for me. This will be the second Thanksgiving and Christmas without my dad around. That's going to be a little tough. A friend of mine that I talked to online, his dad passed away not too long ago, and he's having a hard time. And he said, is it going to get better? I said, it's going to get better, but it's going to take time. Of course, he's in his 20s when his dad passed away. I was in my mid-40s. So, yeah, it's kind of sad, you know. I mean, we got to deal with it. But, I have to proceed on. All right. So this sits right here like that. It could be stairs. I don't know. Well, we won't know. Well, no, we're still working in this area here. All right. There we go. Put that right in there. We got to make another one now. I hope it's all big pieces, but no. This set's, what, about 3,500 parts, and I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of small stuff tonight. That's it. That goes there. Looks like we're building the same thing again here. But it's a little different. So maybe they are stairs. They're just going to be snotted together. We don't know yet. Yeah, I hope everyone has a good Thanksgiving, holidays. I'm not going anywhere. I don't think I am. You know, and I could still sit here and tell stories and stuff like that. But, you know, I still remember, though, this one viewer of mine commented years ago and said I reminded him of his deceased dad. I sounded exactly the same. And did the Lego stuff, too. I wonder whatever happened to that gentleman. I don't know. There we go. Okay, this goes here. Like right in there. I'll bring this up and show you. Yeah, that could be stairs. Okay. Yeah. Another one, but this one's built a little different. They're all built different here. Yeah, you're going to get tired of building the stairs. But no, I remember this, a fan of mine that had said that. And I was like, dude, I mean, I couldn't really say anything because I was never in his shoes. Now I kind of know. And I'm at the point now where I'm starting to forget what my dad looks like. That kind of thing. I'm not trying to make this some depressing storytelling, but it's just it's just weird, you know. I don't want to forget, but I have an advantage. I had plenty of videos that I filmed when I was younger. I mean, my dad and my parents, and you know, did stuff, and I recorded some clips here and there, and it might be a good way to fill in the voids. Okay. Uh-oh, something's coming apart. Let me pop that out. Boy, that didn't last too long. Alright, something's going on here. Did I forget to put a part in there? Oh yeah, I did. Alright. Hey, it's okay to make mistakes doing this stuff. And that's one of the reasons why I also like doing these videos, is to show you, hey, I make mistakes too. I screw up, so it's quite alright. There we go. Yeah. Maybe that's the line to tell you which way to go, up or down. Okay, now it looks like we're building the landing now of the stairs. Yeah, at least we got a little bit of building techniques we can take out of here and then use them for other creations too. It's like I said though, at least I get to share these ideas with you. And I know some have mentioned, well Jay, I can't get this set, it's expensive. It's expensive, I understand. I really do. So I've been in that situation before. But at least here I can share the build. I'm not speed building this and then ignoring my comments, which reminds me, I really need to get caught up on comments. Once work is over, I'll be able to do that. It's just very hard for me right now. That, taking care of a family and stuff, has just been consuming a lot of my time at the moment. A lot of things have changed since I started this whole Lego gig. A lot of things have changed. We're getting there. We're going to get this done here. You watch. We're getting it there. And then we put the tiles on the top. There we go. But like I said, it's okay to make mistakes in this. I mean, I'm not going to judge if you do. Make a sub-step here. That goes like that. So that tile faces that way. That's what they call snotting, studs not on top. It's where you change the orientation of the bricks. And if you're getting into this and you want to learn how to do it, I'm going to show you. These could be your new best friend here, these type of parts. Any weird pieces, you can change the orientation. I do this in a lot of my tutorials now. Older stuff, not so much. Whoops, I made a mistake again. These are supposed to go like that. See, I've been talking, being a chatty Cathy tonight. But there we go. And then now this goes right here. So yes, indeed, this is a landing. And that just kind of hooks right in there. Like that. And you may have to wiggle some stuff in a bit, but there we go. Tell me if you like me bringing it up to the camera to show you some weird spots here. See, the stairway is created using sideways building techniques with the classic headlight bricks used to create the unique pattern. Classic headlight bricks. Yes, the 1x1, Lego calls them an angular brick. I call them an angular headlight brick. When I was a kid, that's all I used them for, was making headlights, because that's what you'd use. But no, well, this is not Lego we grew up with when we were kids. This is, ooh, more advanced now. We got to have the advanced stuff. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, I got to make a pick-a-brick parts order so I can build some more tutorials for you guys and gals. Yeah. Build more tutorials, share my thoughts and opinions, and, you know, just kind of show you guys some new creations that I could build. And one person did ask me, do I have to use the same colors you do in your build? No, 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 no. You don't have to. You can build it any way you want. What I'm showing on my main channel is considered just ideas from my mind. Okay, now it looks like we're building some kind of piece of furniture here. Not sure what it is yet, but we will find out eventually what it does. But hey, at least here I can share with you builds and all sorts of stuff here. I don't know what this is. It shows me in the book, but I really can't tell what this does here yet. Of course, it could be a chair, but it sits here. Well, be careful, it's going to crumble apart. Now I'm starting to experience crumbling of the parts. So we're going to have to be very careful. What I'm going to do is just push this down in here. I'm going to just rest it on top and just push this down in here like that. See how it's just kind of crooked? Not sure what that's for. It could be a spot for somebody to stand behind here, but it's awfully a tight fit for that. It's hard to say what that's for. Alright, we're getting close done with this bag here. And then this goes right here. And plenty of these. Yeah, these are old school. I have a bunch of these in my collection. I use them for some of my builds, but not a whole lot. When I was a kid, this is, okay, I made a mistake here. Let me push this tile over here. When I was a kid, I always wished I had a whole bunch of these to smooth off the underside of roofs. Well, I still don't have enough of them. I have enough, but not in one color, so I don't use those for smoothing off the underside of a roof. But hey, you know, more than one way to do that. And then they use these right here. So these here would be good for making dental molding and stuff for round roofs. So there we go. And I don't know, I think that might be it for this bag. It is. And here we are so far. This is what we have remaining. Not too bad at all. Alright, I think we're going to wrap up this installment with bag 4, and while I'm unbagging this, I want to thank everyone on my main channel for being contributors, as well as my Patreon followers. That's always a big help. Thank you to my Rubrical customers for purchasing building guides, and for everybody who takes the time to like, comment, and subscribe. That's always a big help. Because those funds go for sharing my ideas with you guys and gals. And I'm hoping these are not scratched. Uh-oh. They might be dinging the score down. Oh no. But yeah, I always appreciate that. That's always a treat. Even if I haven't got to the big stuff yet, you know, maybe someday I can cut back on reviews and do more of the customs. know, everybody seems like they enjoy me building sets too, because you can build along with me. Alright, how bad is this here? Some have asked me, are the little dots considered pits? Yeah, so this is pitted. If I see that again, I got to ding it down to a 9. I may have just taken off a bunch here for that, but I only see just one piece of glass in there. Now, I don't know the retail price of this set, but I'm already getting disgusted by that, so let's hope it doesn't slip up there. Okay, so we're putting together a minifigure together. And these are just your average garden variety minifigures. So she's got a single-sided head, so I'm pretty pleased with the minifigures. They're nothing special, but hey, you know, it's something to play with, right? Okay. Oh, is this a boy? Yeah, I used to have my hair like that. Let me see here. Now we got to get an ice cream tone. Got to have ice cream while we're walking around downtown going shopping, huh? I was just thinking this could be Justin Bieber too, with the purple hoodie and the shaggy hair. Not too bad, huh? Not too bad at all. Okay. Alright, now it looks like we're focusing our attention in here. So I was hoping to get away with not have to touch any small parts, but we are. Oh, wait, whoa, we can't do that. Okay. So I got to build 2 of these things here. Sand green jumper plates. I could use those. So you know what I'm eyeballing out of this set. And I still have the other one that I built. I think I borrowed maybe a few parts off of it. I can't remember, but just trying to find. I'm trying to debug my mind here. It's getting clogged. Okay, let's put that there. Then we got a bigger one that goes over here. Those could be tablecloths. That's probably what this is. We don't know what this is yet. I have not figured out what we're building here. And that's the magic of Lego. I mean, if you know exactly what the stuff is, if you're watching the review, obviously you're going to know. You know, anybody's review. But from me building this set, you get what most Lego YouTubers do not give you, is what they're thinking about at the time when they're building this set. Right now I'm thinking of a few mocks to build. Still working on that restaurant mock. I haven't really had time. I've been just kind of piecing together up a tutorial pack for just the furniture because I will need it. And I'm missing a couple more of those jumper plates. There's one more. So that's pretty much what I'm thinking about right now. That, going on a trip, all sorts of stuff. So it's more than just me doing a review. It's also about, you know, just sharing my ideas. And you've heard me say this, Lego is not just a building toy, it's an environment. That's exactly what this is. Because, you know, especially if you're building this with your son or daughter, you know, you can talk about things and share your thoughts. As a matter of fact, we need these in 1x10s too, but you know what? I'll be taking those. And I'm done. Okay. And then now we got to build some more of these. Let's build this first here. We got to build one here. So this one kind of goes right over here somewhere. Girlfriend's already fixing up for bed, and I said, well, let me film this real quick. I said I'd like to be able to do 2 of these before I'm wrapping up for the night. I already did 1 today, so I try to do a couple of build installments at a time. Okay, so it'd be 8, so skip that guy, go 8, it'd be right about here. I'm just guessing right now. Shouldn't guess, but We'll find out here eventually. And then now we got to get some more of these. Yeah, there's a lot of little parts here. Now, I'm not a fan of little pieces at all in builds. I try to avoid using the littlest parts unless I'm going for high resolution detailed builds. Hope I'm not going off video here. I got a lot of wasted space. Sometimes it's very hard to just make it where you can see everything. But that's how it is. Okay. Well, what did I... Oh, there it is. Like, who took my part? If I had kids, I'd probably be blaming, hey, you took my part. I needed that piece. I've grown emotionally attached to it. Yeah, I could not. I could not be one of those other type of guys and keep my kids out of the Lego room. That would just not happen. A friend of mine, she allows, she's an AFOL, and she allows her niece and nephew to play with their Lego City. And she says, by the time they're done, it looks like a tornado hit it. At least hers is not behind a locked door. I could not do that. I could not do that at all. All right. You know, that kind of thing. You know, because this would be a really good toy to build with your family. If you're watching this either as an adult or as a child who's ran across this channel, you know, if you're a parent, give the kid experience that I never had. Build with your child. You know, build this right here. So far, it's not a collaborative build, but find sets that are collaborative. I have some on here. I need to mark them. Well, there's some of the other ones are marked in the description though. Like, is this one a collaborative build? It's obviously got 3 or 4 sections, so maybe it could be. It'd be a good thing to sit at the kitchen table and just build together. And if you're not a fan of building together sets, that's fine. You know, hey, everybody builds differently. Okay. Well, at least we got a wall here, so if it's windy, you can hide in that little corner and where the little rat hole is at. And the classic lamp element is used as a support pole for the staircase. A support pole? Which way does the stick go in? Oh, the stick goes up against here. Oh, I thought maybe this is going to be the pole for the nightclub. For the guys' night out. I better not say that on here, but you know, you get what I mean. That just sits right in that shaft right there. Okay, now we're into building some more stairs, some more risers, stringers, whatever you want to call them. These are built a lot different than what we've done before. So let's get going here. Let's build it. Yeah, but at least I've been given this privilege of building sets and sharing my ideas with you guys and gals. Let's say that's pretty good for the Ambassador Network. It's not about me. At the end of the day, it's about you guys and gals who like building this stuff. And I know some of you build along with me, which is really cool. And you know, my videos are not perfect. They're budget videos. You know, I don't have the fancy 3 or 4 camera angles, but I could sit here and just chat with you guys and gals. Oh, I see what we're doing. Okay. I did a boo-boo here. No, that goes like that. Okay. This sits in here. Snaps in there. Push it down. Well, not far down like that. That's how they want it. Or if you're a non-believer, just like that. I think I know what they're doing, because we got to make 2 more like this. They're a little different. So we are, you know, this is a good idea. Imagine if we're building a Victorian style home. That right there would be a really good help. Just clean it up a little bit, tailor it to your own needs, and you got yourself a nice little staircase. Or if you're building towers for your castle, there you go, right there. It's already pre-made for you. You just have to tweak it up to make it fit your own designs. That kind of thing. Like I said, if I did speed builds, you would miss out on those ideas. Yeah, I don't know if I'll film a tutorial tonight or not. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. And for those who don't know why the origins of tutorials, just for me to preserve my ideas. Memory loss does kind of run in my family, and I don't want to lose my mind on things, so I try to document it all. That's why I do that. Some do it to make money, I do it to preserve it. I don't want to forget how to put this stuff together. Hey, I forgot how to build something simple in one of my builds, like a barbecue. I was like, how did I build that? So I pulled up the building guide, the same ones that you guys and gals can purchase. I was like, oh, that's how I put that together. And I made something else with it, and I thought, well, okay, that works, you know. So that's what yours should look like there. And then now these, I bet. Okay, first the battery dies. Now I forgot to empty off this memory card. All right, so this is what we did here. And I bet these are stops. So what we're going to be doing here now, we're going to set these in here like so. You got to snap them on the stick here. All right. Yeah, those are stops. But I don't like the way that's springing up there. I'm going to lift it up just a hair. And then we'll put this next one in. Don't fall out of my hand. Yeah, I've been so far behind because I've been wrapped up with work details. I've been forgetting on cleaning up the memory cards too. Yeah, I mean, what do you think about that? That's not too bad, huh? Not too bad at all. Let's make sure here. Yeah. Except this one is not, I think it's supposed to be like that. Well, we're getting close to the top, are we? We're getting there. We are getting there. And then now we're going to do the last one on the top. And then when I'm done with all this, I may have to take time to clean off memory cards. I'm going to have to do that eventually. I have a bunch of older set reviews on here right now, and I need to get through those. Yeah, I've been, like I said, I've been all over the place. Like my head's not screwed on all the way, but hey, I have an excuse. It's called a day job. You know. All right. But like I said, though, at least I get to sit here and chat with you guys and gals. I know some of you prefer that. Some also openly admit, hey, IJ, I just listen to your videos just for background noise. Hey, that's quite all right, too. At least someone's getting a use out of it. Now I got to find one more of those ball with stick. Sure the building guides are not hiding it. It's gray, so it should stick out on this white table. Oh, there it is, right there. What hole does that go in? Right there. Right there. And then we got to get some inverted stuff here and get that party going. But like I said, though, at least I'm sharing these thoughts with you instead of just... Here's my review on this set, and that's the only thing you get to know. At least here you get to see the whole thing. There we go. That's how that goes. And then this little assembly goes right here, so we'll put that right on there. It snaps right in there. If it feels springy, I'm just going to raise this end up just a bit. Okay. That's really cool, isn't it? I mean, we're just ready to go here. Alright, now it looks like we're continuing on more with the wall here. Let's get that going. Yep. For some, summertime's over. Fall's almost over. We're getting ready to hit to the holidays. And yeah, this will just be a holiday for me. hey, I enjoy my work time off. Now, if I had, like I said, if I was married and had kids, I would not be working as much. I'd be like, the job can wait, you know. I would be taking off throughout the year, not taking it up in one big chunk. But yeah, let me see something here. Okay. Well, we're getting somewhere. I mean, we're getting something done here. I think that goes there. Yes, it does. But yeah, I'm going to say right now, I'm going to say this set's starting to lean towards a loose 10. Just, there has been like that thing here crumbled a little bit, but I'm not going to say it's that bad. What I mean by a loose 10, it's probably like a 9.9. Like, well, maybe not that. I'm just trying to think of maybe like just a flat 10. Usually sets like this, it just depends. The further we go up, we might have things crumbling apart. We don't know. So right now we're safe. But who doesn't like building modulars, right? So this is the top step that goes here. Ooh, that looks pretty good. I bet we can push these back a bit more and get that to look really good. That'd be a good idea for maybe an old-style Victorian home. I miss building my houses. Sadly, I don't have the time anymore to do them, but well, that's just how it is. Okay, now it looks like we're putting together the window and the banister. This window goes here. Well, at least now we can prevent the flies from getting into the modular. Let me bring this up like that a little bit more for you. There we go. Hey, at least one thing though, like I said, I keep these real, folks. I keep them real. I keep everything real. And then this gets locked into here. Does that lock in up there anywhere, or does it just rest up there? Okay, this just rests here. Boy, that's really a steep staircase, isn't it? Yeah, it just rests on that, so it doesn't clip to anything as far as I can tell. Okay, now it looks like we're building ourselves some kind of a corner piece. And Lego, come on now. You could have made these in sand green. No, we're piecing this together. I bet this set, it's got like 3,500 something pieces. I can't remember. I bet they could trim that off in a heartbeat. Instead of using all the little parts, we could use some of the medium stuff in there too. But, you know, I mean, it just makes the set seem like you're getting a bigger deal out of it, just smaller parts. So you're messing with a lot of medium parts in here. Some big pieces, but it seems like it's just got me more medium stuff. Well, that fell off. At least we're not working with white or something. It's a nice... oh, speaking of this sand green color, somebody asked me about the sand green bathroom that I built, the park restroom. Yes, there will be a building guide on it eventually. Right now, like I mentioned, I just don't have free time. I'm worrying about work right now, but once I get that done, I'll be able to do that. That goes right there. And then now it looks like we're building some more of like a header. I bet this thing bends. It does bend. Okay. No, 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 no. And it bends like that. Okay. And then this goes right here. You're going to have to wiggle and jiggle that to fit in there, but... Boy, you know what? They use those round corners. I never would have thought of using these to fill in that void. Not a bad idea, huh? That'd be good for making bay windows for houses. It's pretty seamless, so looks like I'll be snagging that idea. Yeah, never thought about that one. And that, this is how I learned to build my own stuff, is sets like this, Okay. Yeah, sorry if I'm covering up the build again, but it's just basic tiling. Nothing special there. Okay, well, looks like now we know exactly what we're building here. This is a vape shop. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what it is. But this will give you a good hint. And no, I don't vape. I know people who do it. One time I was with one of my buddies, and I was like, I said, some smells good. He goes, he was pointing, oh, it's my vape. And he goes, you want a hit? I'm like, oh no. It smelled like bubble gum or something like that, like cotton candy. I was like, yeah, no. I said, once I would start that, I won't stop, and I don't want to get addicted. Kind of gave me a look, but I thought, no. Alright, this fits in here, but boy, that's going to be kind of hard. Let me get that close so you can see that. Yeah, I think we know what this is now. This is a music shop. And this this snaps right here into this clip here. I'll bring that up close. A horn, a flute, I don't know what, I'm trying to think here. A trumpet? Guys, I'm not a musician, I don't know. Some are going to shake their heads. Jay, you don't know what that's called? No, not really. He calls it a horn or a flute. What can I say? Hey, I'm keeping it real here. I don't want to lie to you and tell you I know everything. I don't know everything. I just learn as I go. This looks like this is just a music shop to sell instruments, maybe. But we don't know yet. Okay, so I don't know what that is. It's hard to see for me anyways. Well, we'll find out here what that is. Sometimes these things are small, and these noodle pieces, guys and gals, they will come in handy. Okay. Could be a candy cane. I don't know what this is. But these are a nice piece to have. I need to get a few more of those. Not sure here what we're doing. I think that goes there. Looks like it does. And yeah, it's a... What? I don't know what this is, but we'll find out. And so let me set that down there because I'm going to need another free hand. Yeah, so I mean, I could not do these all in one sitting. If somebody's going to say, Jay, you could build this whole set in one sitting, I have a life other than this. Plus, I'm getting tired. I have to get some stuff ready for work for tomorrow, so I have to do the grindstone thing. What is this? I thought I would have this set done. I don't know what we're building here. I'm lost. I have no clue what this is. right now. So, well, we'll know after we're done building here. Let me see. Well, it goes like this, I think. I got it in the right... Well, I do. Wait. All right. It's this little stuff here. It's going to make this thing go very slow. All right, so this goes like this. I am not sure what this is, because all I'm doing right now is royally messing up. We're at the very end here, and it'd be nice if you tell me what time it is. All right, so it goes like this. I have it facing this way. It shows it like this. That's what I'm gathering that does, but it doesn't show it like that. Oh, I got the hand facing the wrong way. All right, so I'm ready to start using some very bad words here because I messed up on this thing like a bunch of times. We're at the very end here. I don't know what this goofy white thing is, but it's getting on my... It's starting to fall apart, so we're ready to start using the bad language here. I don't know what this is, but now it looks like the book. I'm not sure what this is. I wish they'd label and say what you're building here. I'm afraid to even look at this. It feels like it's ready to break. And I don't want to have to do that again. I'm not sure what this is. It's another musical instrument. Maybe like a horn, maybe a tuba. Maybe the thing that the kids spit through. I think that's what that is. A tuba. I don't know my musical instruments, so if anybody can help me out with that kindly, feel free to chime in. And then this here sits right in this holder. Like that. Yeah. And then that's it. With just a few pieces remaining here. And that's it for this installment. Not too bad at all. Okay, summation of thoughts. And yeah, we already determined now one of these stores, we got this here, is the music shop. I'm not sure, I think this is supposed to be a furniture shop here so far. And this is what we've done. Not too bad. At least now we got some walls, we got the stairs that go up to nowhere. And yeah, the smaller builds, I'd say you got to have a lot of patience putting these together. Okay, not too bad. But honestly, I think whoever gets this set, you're going to have a lot of fun putting this one together. I mean, it's not bad. It's just you're going to have to take your time. But tell me what you think so far of the shopping street. You know, well, we're not ready to go shopping yet. We can at least look at these items, but I don't know. But I mean, I'd say it's at a very loose 10, but we survived, what, 1/6 of this set with 4 bags? Not too bad, not too bad at all. So right now this has been a slight pits, nothing I'm going to ding off of. I'm trying to get this set passed at a 10, but I doubt it. But we'll keep our hopes up. But for me so far, build experience and build quality are pretty good. But let me know what you think.